All right, so the East is here. We already know that the Knicks did not win a single game against Boston or Cleveland, but they, of course, do get that 3 seed because the Pacers lost to the Magic on Friday. Pacers get the 4 seed, Bucks in the 5, Pistons in the 6. And so we start there with Pistons-Knicks first round. We wanted this. We hoped for it. We manifested it. And, Lou, now we're getting it. How confident are you that New York will beat Detroit first round?
I think New York gets out of the first round. I think it's going to be a battle, though. I think this thing is going to go 6 to 7 games. And the reason I say that is, you know, the Knicks, they hear the talk. They hear everybody talking about them not being able to beat top teams. But the great thing about the playoffs is it's one series at a time. You can't look too far ahead. You got to stay focused on the opponent that you have in front of you. And they're the favorites. They're the favorites to beat the Detroit Pistons. I think the only thing that's working against Detroit for me that don't give me confidence to think that they can get past the Knicks, they got a little bit of that just happy to be here energy right now.
You think so?
Just a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think this is a hard-nosed basketball team. They're coached well, obviously. Them enjoying to mix it up and embracing that bad boy culture. All of those things are going to work in their favor. But again, you got some young guys there that went from a 14-game win season last year to 44 this year.
Crazy.
That's a win in itself. So are they greedy? Like, are they hungry to get past somebody and really make a real stink in the playoffs? Or are they going to hang their hats and say, hey, we had a great season, we got here, we'll worry about next year, we'll start looking ahead, and we're just happy to be here? That's going to be my only concern with the Detroit Pistons. Other than that, I think this will be a great series if they come with that tough mentality, ready to play and ready to shock the world.
Yeah, it's a good point because of the turnaround that they had from 14 wins to 44. It's already been a huge success this season.
I don't feel like they just give up,
And now they have
though.
a chance, though, to knock off a team that we were kind of saying that were contenders early on with a great starting 5, with all the star power, Jalen Brunson, you bring in Karl-Anthony Towns. I think it's going to be a competitive series. I still got to give the advantage to the Knicks. I think Jalen Brunson is the most clutch player in the series. I think Towns, I think they present a lot of trouble to him with the physicality of Duren and Isaiah Stewart. So he's going to have to really, you know, do his thing offensively and shoot the ball well in this series. But the Pistons just in the half court, when they slow it down, they take the ball out of Cade Cunningham's hands in the pick and roll and they blitz him. Can Beasley make those shots? Can Tim Hardaway, Tobias Harris, can those vet guys that they brought in for this exact reason do what they should do? We'll see, but I think on paper and going into the series, I like the Knicks.
Yeah, because fighting and mixing it up not going to be enough. Like
we know be physical.
Yeah, we know that they have the physicality. We know that they enjoy a little scrum every once in a while. That's not going to be enough. Like when you get into the half-court system of a playoff series, you have to identify as a great basketball team and not just a physical basketball team. So with all of that being said, I like the New York Knicks and the guys that they have in uniform. Jalen Brunson, like you just mentioned, one of the best clutch players in the league. Cat is self-appointed best shooting big man in the league. Like, these are guys that this is why you go out and get Cat. You go out and get Cat for these type of series. And so for that, I love this matchup, but I gotta give the edge to the New York Knicks.
And there's pressure on the Knicks. There's no pressure on the Pistons. They are going to play free. They are going to defend. They are going to play physical. JB Bickerstaff is going to have these guys lit up for this series. All the pressure is on New York.
That's the gift and the curse to me to Detroit, though. Like, no pressure on them. So how hungry are you? Like,
but I think they are. I think
so.
some...
I think so too. If I could pinpoint anything to be critical of this Detroit Pistons team, that would be the one thing.
And if I'm Cade Cunningham, are you kidding me? First round matchup, underdog at MSG. He has a chance this series to become a household absolute star. Like,
this is how legends.
This is his series to really blow up. Yeah, like one series, a week and a half. He is he's a top 10, top 15 player in the world going into next season if they can win this series.
Well, he's one of the 3 All-Stars that'll be featured in this one, with Brunson and Cat being the other 2. So who predict it now? Who's going to have the best series of the 3?
You know,
it's going to be Cade or Jalen to me. I think
Cat's going to get shut down a little bit?
I don't think he's going to get shut down. I just think Jalen Brunson's going to have the ball in his hands a lot. Cade Cunningham's going to run the keys to their entire offense. He's going to average 30,
I think Cat's going to get roughed up
10, and 12. They're going to be super physical with Cat. He's going to have to make a lot of threes and kind of pick and pop and do what he does. But to me, it's Jalen Brunson. He is the most clutch player in the NBA. The ball is going to be in his hands. He's a great decision maker. He is fearless. He's been there before. To me, he's the best player in the series, and he's going to have the best series.
Okay.
I think it's Cat.
Really?
I honestly do. I think we know what we're going to get out of Cade. I think we know what we're going to get out of Jalen. Cat is going to be the wild card, and we're talking about him getting roughed up. You're going to have to guard Cat when he crosses half court. Got a quick trigger for a 6'11" guy, and he has the ability to put the ball on the floor and dodge a lot of that contact. Like, in order for him to get contact, he's going to have to put his back to the basket, and he does that. He does that well as well. He can. Isaiah Stewart, he's going to have to deal with him when he faces up, put the ball on the ground. Like, he has a lot of tools that's going to be able to combat teams just trying to rough him up and get under his skin.
I just can't not think that the Knicks were trying to duck the Pistons and to get the Bucks, you know what I mean? So I feel like the Pistons they were, and then I feel like it backfired. The Pistons got exactly who they wanted, and I think that matters as well.
I mean, look, just listening to sort of sports talk radio, a lot of Detroit fans all of a sudden calling into all the shows, which, by the way, respect, I love it. But they seem to be salivating for this.
That's what I mean. They wanted the Knicks, and I think the Knicks wanted the Bucks.
Well, they didn't get them, and you know what happened? The Bucks got the Pacers. So the Bucks are in the 5th spot, which is their lowest seeding since way back in 2018. But they have won 8 straight games. So if we're looking at it right now, just in a bubble, you've got Cavs, you've got the Celtics, and as of late, Lou, would you put the Bucks up there as best in the East?
No, I mean, your seed is your seed.
Okay.
Your seed is your seed. Everybody.
They're hot right now.
Yeah, but everybody go on runs. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to respect the New York Knicks. They're the 3rd best team, and they're 3rd best for a reason. And Milwaukee is a 5 seed for a reason. They went on an 8-game run to land them in the 5th seed. So I'm not going to go that far. What I will say is I favor them over Indiana in this first round, though.
You do.
I will say that. I do favor them in that first round. They got all of the things that's necessary. We don't know if Dame will be back or not. That's still out there. I'm not sure if we got information on that. But if Dame Lillard is in the lineup and they have all of their pieces, they're for sure the favorite for me in this 4-5 matchup.
Yeah, it's just there's too much talent, right? Like Giannis is going to be the best player on the floor every single night. Who knows if Dame plays? That's why they add a guy like Kuzma, who's going to give them more than Middleton can at this part of his career. Bobby Portis is now back after his suspension. They're deep, they're experienced, they are capable of defending, and again, they have the best player in that man right there that is going to dominate this entire series. The Pacers have no one. There's no one in the NBA that can guard him. Definitely no one on the Pacers that can guard him.
The last we knew of Lillard was Shams putting a tweet out last week that was like they're optimistic that he'll be back in time for some version of the playoffs. I don't know what any of that means.
They need him to make a run.
But hold on. So, because I feel like the Pacers were another one of these teams here in the end that sort of found their rhythm and figured something out. So are we giving them no shot? Like, where are we on?
Oh, no, they have a shot. Listen, they've been balling too, and Siakam's been consistent all year long. Matherin's kind of coming into his own, scoring a lot of points. And Halliburton, he was kind of that X factor where we put him in this top 5 point guard list before the season. USA team obviously didn't get many minutes, but he became that household name that we're talking about, Cade Cunningham last year, and then he almost had to step back earlier in the year. Now he's getting it going a little bit. This offense has always been very potent with the way they play. So run and gun, so many threes, so many pick and rolls. They got guys like Naismith and Nimhard that they can beat you in a lot of ways too, but it's just the early struggles to me has stuck with me for some reason on this team, and I feel like Milwaukee is better.
Anything? 7 games? 6 games?
I like Milwaukee in 6.
Okay.
Me too.
I do. And I won't even sit here on these people TV and lie. I haven't watched a lot of Indiana Pacers basketball this year.
So honest.
It's fair. It's fair.
Well, because they did start out that
they got off to a slow start, and I became disinterested. So.
Fair. Wow, just like that.
Yeah, for some reason,
you lose Lou, you lose him.
I was off the Nuggets, but now I'm on them. I was off the Pacers. I'm still off them. I don't know. I can't.
It's a Pacers thing.
Yeah,
maybe you just don't love the. That's fair. All right. Play-in games in the East look like this. Magic 7 seed. They will host the Hawks in that 7-8 play-in. They've split their series this season. The Bulls host the Heat. I mean, we've seen this one before. In the 9-10, it'll be the Heat's 3rd time in the play-in, and they've beaten the Bulls both those other times. So let's start with the Magic. What was that?
This is what's tough to me about the play-in.
That's not right.
Think about the Western Conference. The Warriors are chomping at the bit to win this game to get the Rockets. The Magic win this game, they got to go play the Celtics.
Does it feel not fair?
Yeah, it's just like the Magic were such a good team early on. They were doomed with injuries. Wagner goes out, Paolo goes out, Jalen Suggs is still out, and now they fall to a 7th seed, and they're kind of somewhat healthy now. They're still missing some pieces, but then they get the Celtics. So the 8th seed almost has a more favorable matchup. It's just unlucky how it worked out.
Then don't.
No, but you can't do that either, and you can't mess with the whole basketball gods. You got to win the game, By the way,
you're already jumping ahead that they've won the game. So we're not giving the Hawks any.
The Hawks have a chance.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? I'm never writing off Trae Young. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, Paolo or Trae. You got to pick one.
Yeesh.
I know.
And one game,
Yeah.
Trae Young.
Okay.
I like that.
Big stage.
I like this.
Big stage. Like the dude, he's gonna
You
be
got
aggressive.
You got the same talking points. I watched Trae Young slay the dragon in New York.
Yeah.
So that
Orlando?
sunshine down in Orlando, they might listen. Orlando is doing a good thing. Don't wake Trae Young up. Allow him to come into your town peacefully and do what he's gonna do. Don't start chanting F him.
That's fair.
Don't start all of that.
Do they do that in Orlando? I feel like it's such
we're
a happy
classy
place.
folks
No,
down
I don't
there.
classy, settle
you're
down.
gonna get the worst version of Trae Young you can ever imagine if you start that. So y'all keep it cool, keep it real peaceful, because I've watched Trae Young slay dragons, and he loves when the odds are against him. So with that, I like Trae.
And it's one game, and Jalen Suggs is their main guard defender. He's not there. So this is Cole Anthony's got to check him. Maybe KCP checks him, but Trae Young will go bananas in this game.
Okay, but the Magic have been on a nice tear here to end the season. Yesterday, obviously, neither team really played anybody. Hawks 4 straight season in the play-in game. I don't know, Chandler. Is there an advantage to having done this now 4 times?
I mean, I think maybe you could be more comfortable in an elimination game, almost the March Madness kind of feel. They're young, but no, I don't think there's necessarily an advantage. I think Suggs being out is going to hurt the Magic just in this game in general. But Paolo's great, Wagner's great. Like, they have enough, and I think whoever loses this game also just beats the next 2 teams anyways and gets the 8 seed, which could actually help them. But it's going to be a fun game.
Let me ask you this. We already know that, somebody has to play the Celtics. Now, the Celtics are also looking at this. Would you rather face the Magic or the Hawks if you're the Celtics, Lou?
I don't think it matters to the Celtics.
I'd rather face the Magic, though.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Trae Young has done this before. He has knocked off these
so
teams.
it's all Trae
Out of a play-in. He's turned the play-in into it.
Went to the Garden and put
But
them
what
to
about a
bed.
series?
Doesn't matter. Celtics are going to beat whoever wins.
God, that's not very exciting if you put it like that.
It is what it is.
It's factual.
Just trying to get excited about this. Fine. All right, then let's look at the Bulls and the Heat. Weirdly enough, the Bulls have won all 3 of their games against.
They got losing records against both of these teams, though.
Okay.
Who, the Celtics?
The Celtics do.
Stop.
1 and
does it
2
mean
versus
nothing?
Magic, 1 and 2 versus ATL.
Is that just them taking their foot off the gas? I mean, it is play. I feel like
Is there something there? What we thinking, Chandler?
Nothing there. It's a long season.
Can we
You guys
make
aren't
it
going to go 82-0. They're going to lose games.
Look, I was trying to find it for you.
I know, we're trying to make it exciting. Let's pretend we have to make this game watchable, or this series watchable.
I would rather
gonna-
watch the Hawks.
Yeah, me
Okay.
too.
Oh, wow. You really? Your hometown Orlando Magic?
It's just, and I love Mose. I love what they're doing. They're a couple pieces away. And again, when they were healthy, this team was a lock to be a 60. And then they literally all 3 of their best players
Like within
went out
weeks of
like
it.
the
It's just
same week.
brutal.
It was nuts.
It was rough.
But this isn't like a pan. This has been a great season. They're building something good here. This is like there's always next year type of mentality for Orlando.
That's fair. I'll give you that. Look, we know that the Heat have taken care of business in the play-in in years past, specifically against Chicago. But we also know Jimmy Butler's not there anymore, and the Bulls have beaten Miami all 3 times this season. Lou, could this be the year Chicago gets it done?
I think so. I think Chicago is in a great run. They've had a good year against the Miami Heat. And again, when we talk about some of these teams that you're just unsure of, Miami still gives you that feeling with Jimmy Butler being gone. Even though they have Bam Adebayo, the year that Tyler Hero has had, I still like the Chicago Bulls just based on the way that they've been playing. Upbeat, up-tempo, look like they're all connected. They've gotten over the fact that Levine is gone, and they just play basketball the way that it should be played in Chicago, and for that I'm gonna give them the edge
They've
over
been
the Heat.
fun lately.
Yeah, I agree. You know who's been awesome for them? Josh Giddey.
Exactly.
Dude's averaging 15, 8, and 7 on the season. He's got a much bigger role now. He's got a great opportunity. They got off him for nothing. They got rid of him, and again, I think
What's happening over here?
what's happening?
I don't know. I'm just watching Lou's
I'm
face.
just listening, bro.
I'm just saying he's had a great year, and Oklahoma City basically just gave him away. Like, so I think
Well,
he
I
stepped
think
up with it.
I think that
There's other things that
all
went on.
had to be done. That had to end.
He's balling.
Yeah, he's figured something out there.
And they have Vucevic down low. Kobe White's been fantastic all year long. So I think I got to give. They're also 3-0 against them. It's one game. The Heat have been through so much up and down and so much hoopla this year.
Weirdly,
Give me
I
the
feel like
Bulls.
this game, I know, think of it what you want, it's the 9-10 play-in, but I think this is going to be a fun game to watch. Like, legitimately, say what you want about records and all that, but I think it's actually going to be a compelling game. You good with that?
I'm down for it.
Shirley's good.
Billy Donovan, college coach, very similar format here, one and done. Give me the Bulls.
All right, we are going to take another
stretch.
I know, I like what you're doing. That's how you write a script. We're taking a quick break. Some awards that we're going to give out on the other side of this.
Run it up, run it back, yeah. Run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up.